Power metal greetings from Finland. This time we have the second album by a band known as Everlore. Hope and Turmoil is the name of the game, and it's a self-financed one, a CDR one, the kind of a testimony of our times when bands go for self-financed releases, basically skipping demo phase or then doing full albums in demo levels. That seems to be the case with Everlore as well. Don't know why they decided to go without the label with the first album, and even more, it fascinates me how they decided to do the same again with this second album. This is a band that features quite a few artists from other more maybe well-known acts, and this one has been around for a few years now. When I was reading my colleague's take on the previous album, he was kind of pointing out what I've been saying many times, that there's a reason why bands go without a label, meaning that, it sometimes sound very unpolished, unfinished even, the kind of a demo-ish take. Unfortunately, that is true with this second album as well. Everything looks nice on the surface, with the exception of CDR album, which don't always play very nicely with certain, say, more picky kind of CD players, including mine. It's a quality one from Great Bridge Audio, but sometimes those older CD players don't exactly like CDRs. Has to do something with the burning process, but that goes beyond the topic of this video. So here you have Hope and Turmoil. Let's talk about that. First of all, this runs for about 57 minutes, so it's quite of a lengthy take on that, and also it is very typical in a way of heavy metal and power metal. Why I decided to mention both rather than not just talking about power metal, because certain elements really kind of give me the feeling that this is more about heavy metal, but then again some songs, some parts of the songs are more like power metal. So is it uplifting all the way through? Not really. There are moments when you get more this heavy metal thing, like not getting this overly uplifting, even kind of happy tunes thing going there with the double bass and all. But yeah, sure, there are these parts where it sounds like you're listening to some kind of a German take of power metal. So the kind of a traditional, very conventional take on the given genre. Is it good for it? I'm bound to say not exactly. But is it bad? Well, no way, Jose. Anyway, 2013 and onwards, these bands decided to do a lot of singles before, getting ready for the first album. I think it's smart, but it also means, why are you skipping the demo phase when it's very essential? The reason might be that some of these guys actually play in another set of bands, and sometimes people with more, say, experience tend to feel like, okay, we are beyond the demo phase, we are experienced, we're veterans enough to just skip it, we know what we're doing. But unfortunately, with every new band, that doesn't really always seem to be the case. Now, I don't pretend to know the past and if they had a lot of demoing done before this one, but yeah, to me it seems or sounds more like they have been skipping some steps, and now it's the payback time, unfortunately. So, Hope and Turmoil, 10 tracks, 57 minutes. It's a quite of a bite to have at one go, because a lot of these songs feel like they're overextending their stay. Like, what do you need for an 8-minute track? I mean, unless you're kind of a Iron Maiden level of songwriting, Steve Harris and that stuff, we're looking at you, maybe it's not so good idea to keep that going on. Where I would find a sweet spot for a lot of power or heavy metal songs would be around 3, 4, max 5 minutes mark. But there are a couple of tracks which just go beyond that. And, to be honest, I find it a little bit too much. Why? Because this is the kind of a music that you probably want to just, bite quickly, digest it, and move on. More about chorus parts, more about interesting melodies and so forth, rather than telling an epic tale, which doesn't seem to be the forte of this band, not at this part or phase yet. So throughout this course, it starts to get rather tedious to listen to it once. Another thing is, production-wise, this isn't really ready to challenge the big boys in the given genre, which once again kind of let's deceive through the whole idea that this is very, very much like a demo level gamer here. Now, it's not like the songs are bad, but they are filled with a lot of riffs and ideas which are just the kind of a basic stuff for the given genre. And then we have the issue called vocalist. Well, the vocalist isn't bad. Well, let's be honest about it. He's not really ready to challenge a lot of the big guys in the genre. It feels like in order to take the next step, either there's like basically two-way. Just replace the vocalist with a better one. I know it sounds harsh. Or otherwise, change the approach to the whole vocal game. And there is also a third chance. Maybe get some singing lessons. Like I said, it's not like it's bad. But in power metal, in heavy metal, you have to be really, really good one in order to become the A-tier band. And if you don't care about A-tiers, I don't know, then it's probably a good idea to keep those C-tiers coming and fall into the bronze quality. The kind of a stuff that you listen easily, but then you forget it. Meaning that you're going to be the warming up band for the rest of the lives. I know these may sound like a little bit harsh, but let's be honest about it. Patting people on the back just because, hey, I don't want to say nasty things or I don't want to be impolite or whatever. It doesn't help anybody. Not the audience, not the band, there's nobody. So, in my opinion, a little bit more demoing should be in case rather than putting a lot of money and effort creating an album, which then again sounds like a demo. First of all, maybe just make the songs a little bit shorter, make it more focused and try to create those really memorable parts, beat certain melodies, maybe guitar solos, maybe just those outstanding chorus parts, because the world is full of talented, power metal bands, and not everybody can be the big one. So this is the kind of stuff that unless you really, really want to go for the rather underground of power metal thing, things need to be changed. So mediocrity in its own game, unfortunately, at this point. Who knows what it will be in the future. I hope the guys will be pushing the envelope to, some new level, to another level, and keep honing, keep polishing what they're doing, because this really needs some time to mature in a nice ways, and also way much better production. This is my take. Feel free to disagree. Obviously, you will find links provided in the description box for the music so you can start listening. Now, off you go. See you.